Welcome back to Summer Sunrise. You're looking for a fun and informative, I'll even say an educational way to spend your day. I'd recommend availing yourself to the fine services of the Breckenridge Heritage Alliance. We have one such a docent or actress. You wear many hats. I'm here with Gail a la Katie Briggle. Good morning.
Good morning.
Now, tell us a little bit about the whole. I know you in character. You do a tour as Katie Briggle, which was kind of the original Breckenridge High Society maven here. Tell us how all that works.
How it works is you come to the Welcome Center, meet there, and you sign up for the tour. I will start from there and take you on tour through Breckenridge as Katie, taking you to all my local haunts. So I tell you about Charles Finding, my favorite hardware store, my favorite grocer, etc. We get then to my house, the Briggle House on Harris Street, and I will give you tea in my dining room.
Is it a high tea?
It is semi-high tea.
Every tea that I'm at's a high tea. No.
Lots of scones and cream.
Now, Katie Briggle was the original high society. In the late 1800s, Breckenridge was wild and woolly. Actually, it was woolly right up to the time where it became a resort. But Katie Briggle came in the late 1800s, 1896, kind of a high society influence, and kind of brought a bit of culture to Breckenridge.
She did. And she set the etiquette for the town. She set the bar quite high, and then everybody else had to follow.
You know, and it had to be frustrating because she hailed from Canada. Her husband had some money. He's from Ohio. Brought her to this. Of course, Breckenridge was not like it was now. It was much more remote, only accessible sometimes via train. So for her, she was a bit of an island of wildness, and she kind of injected a bit of gentility to it.
Absolutely. And this tells us a lot. This tells us by around 1900, turn of the century, there were a lot of ladies here. Because there was a store in town, it's called Wildwood right now, but that store sold crystal and china.
Really?
So, yeah, and he sold a lot of it. So there were a lot of ladies who followed Katie.
Yeah, I mean, and certainly there's a fair amount of a dichotomy of wealth. In other words, there's a lot of working class miners and very kind of rough and tumble, and then kind of injection of kind of a bit more culture. Now, talk about the tour and what do you visit between the Welcome Center, which is right on Main Street in Breckenridge, to when you the accumulation of the end of the trip, which is a high tea or a tea.
So I take the tour as if a group has just arrived off the train. So I go and greet them, and they've had a special invitation from me to go to tea. And on the way there, I just point out my favorite haunts. Like I say, my favorite grocer, my favorite hardware store, where my doctor lives, which church I go to, and where I play the organ, that kind of thing, until we get to the house.
Now, the Welcome Center is right on Main Street in Breckenridge. You can book the tour there, or you can go to, we have phone numbers and websites.
Yes, you can. Yeah. If you go to the website, you'll find every piece of information that you need from there. BreckHeritageAlliance.com, or you can, the Town of Breckenridge website, you can access it from there, or go to the Welcome Center. And also the Breck Heritage offers museum tours. We have snowshoe tours, as well as you can actually do some self-guided tours like Iowa Mill. There's just so many destinations you can visit via the sponsored and supported by Breck Heritage, correct? That's correct. And don't forget the saloon tour and the haunted tour. We're still doing those all through the winter.
I got to tell you, sometimes when I go to saloons, I feel like I'm haunted. So it is BreckHeritage.com, and the phone number is
453-9767.
Alrighty, 453-9767. All right, we'll be back with more. Check out the Katie one. Find out what culture is all about. Well, no better info than Katie Briggle. We'll be back with more. Don't go away.